It's hard to imagine any other scenario than the exact way the Boston Red Sox made history and won the 2004 World Series. The story, which recently turned 20 years old, is etched in folklore throughout New England. The Red Sox earned a wildcard berth, swept the Los Angeles Angels, fought back from down 3-0 to stun the New York Yankees in the ALCS, and finished the job with a quick sweep of the St. Louis Cardinals. Curse of the Bambino, over. And after 86 years, the Red Sox got their championship.
The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
What you may forget is that Red Sox team almost looked a little bit different in terms of star power. Alex Rodriguez hit the trade market the previous offseason and ultimately landed with the New York Yankees in February. The Red Sox had an agreement in place before then with the Texas Rangers, but the deal hit a roadblock with the Players Union. So, what would have happened if the Red Sox did finish that trade? How would AROD look in Boston colors? And would the 2004 World Series still produce the same champion? Let's draw it up. This is NESN Explains. The trades. For this part, we don't have to do the work in writing a new chapter. That's predetermined by the front office gurus back in 2004. In ESPN's 30 for 30 short film, The Deal, former Red Sox general manager Theo Epstein provided the full details of the agreed-upon trade, where 3 teams would have certainly rocked the baseball world. The Red Sox were set to send slugger Manny Ramirez and top pitching prospect Jon Lester to the Rangers for AROD. The deal that would follow would have sent Boston shortstop Nomar Garciaparra and reliever Scott Williamson to the Chicago White Sox for right-handed pitcher Brandon McCarthy and power-hitting outfielder Maglio Ordonez. Subtract Manny and Nomar, add Ordonez and Rodriguez. That's plenty of power to support growing offensive force David Ortiz in the middle of the Red Sox order, and what a gift for first-year manager Terry Francona. So, how does each team line up in this scenario? Great question. The lineup. This deal spread out sluggers across the American League. The Red Sox got a thunderous big 3 in Ortiz, AROD, and Ordonez. The White Sox posed plenty of home run power with Nomar, the big hurt Frank Thomas, and Paul Konerko. Down in Texas, Manny fits right in with Mark Teixeira to support the Rangers' order. Here's how all 3 teams would line up after the deal. So, how did the season pan out? Let's play ball. The outcome. Now, here comes the fun. The Yankees certainly miss out on the offensive production of AROD, who instead sets Boston's single-season home run record. He spends the summer flicking home run balls over the Green Monster, and instead, it's the Red Sox who win the American League East. Out west, the Rangers had a solid club after years of disappointment. Manny adds the right momentum with a change of scenery to allow Texas to challenge the Angels for the American League West. Manny's walk-off home run against the Angels to close out a September series seals the deal, and Texas emerges as the Kings of the West. Nomar's impact in Chicago can't get the White Sox over the hump against a solid Twins team that wins the American League Central and draws the Red Sox in the first round. Boston slugs past Minnesota, and Manny punishes the Yankees once again. Wow, no rematch between the Red Sox and Yankees in the ALCS? No fight between Veritek and AROD? No unprecedented comeback against New York? You guys must hate me, but hey, this is the world the Red Sox nearly created. Instead, the storyline changes to a duel of big-ticket superstars traded for each other, now with a trip to the World Series on the line. There's moments for both lineups during the 6-game series, but the Red Sox rise to the occasion with a clear advantage in starting pitching, with a renaissance effort from Pedro Martinez, and Boston earns its first trip to the World Series since 1986. The Red Sox still square off with the dominant St. Louis Cardinals, and Boston cruises in similar fashion to a championship. Ready for the full 180? In quite the flip from the previous script where Manny wins World Series MVP, AROD takes home the extra hardware on the way back to town for a historic duck boat parade. So that gets us what? A less dramatic, rival-less path to breaking the curse? Maybe, but who said the story was over? I didn't hear a bell. The American League wasn't very strong in 2005, so the Red Sox and White Sox do still meet, but with a greater setting in the American League Championship Series. Nomar homers twice, but AROD and Boston do enough against the talented White Sox staff to head back to the World Series, where the Red Sox crush the dreams of another old friend when they knock off Roger Clemens and the Houston Astros. So AROD is enough to spark back-to-back titles? In this scenario, he is. And his championship moment comes with the Red Sox, not with the Bronx Bombers. Oh, and another team here does eventually hoist the trophy. The Rangers round out an emerging lineup, and instead of fumbling 2 championship moments in 2010 and 2011, they stop the start of a dynasty when they defeat the San Francisco Giants in the 2010 Fall Classic. The Bats make it happen all season long, but the World Series MVP for Texas? Rangers lefty John Lester. So, how is this AROD universe? You're right, it's probably a long shot.